Hello, hello, hello. We're getting ready to do some Godot today, or Godot, as I heard on a podcast. But what's interesting about the podcast is they actually called it Godot and then they called it Godot twice during the thing. So I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation. So I got a couple things I want to configure with this. You'll have to bear with me for a little bit. For some reason, I've got my AI art running, but when I go to my AI art scene, I don't see it. So we want to see something here. If I can take off, why does it seem so large there? Games, okay, that will disappear there. That is showing what I have there. Godot, transform, reset, transform. This looks like it might be changing the direction of this. A couple things to work on, obviously, before the stream really gets to be where I want it. Thanks for being here. All right, what I want to do is I want to see why the AI art, AI art. Okay, good, good. The AI art is working. I'm going to go to the scene real quick now. I don't know whether it was in studio mode that was making it not happen. That's not right. I want to adjust. I thought the alt button, maybe it's the bounding box. Maybe I have it set to go to the bounding box size or something. How do I make this go? Nope. Like this to the right. It's not it's not the right size though. It's like trying to get this to be the right size. Okay, that seems like it's in there. What about this one? Okay, and let's see here. No, it's too big. It's too big there. Maybe the bounding side. Let me go edit, transform, edit the transform for this AIR. It says scale to the outer bounds. Bounding box size. We're going to make it just a little bit littler. Is this going to be right? Adjust it. See how it's taking up too much room there? All right, let me see. I don't know. It's not. It's taking up too much room. We're trying to adjust it. Maybe a little bit more. Let me see what. If I right click on it now, transform. Um, edit transform. It says scale to the outer bounds, scale to the inner bounds, stretch to the bounds, scale to the width of the bounds, scale to the height of the bounds, maximum size only, stretch to the bounds. Now I think. Oh no, it's changing the size of the box now. Look, I don't want it to do that. I want to cut off. I want to cut off some of this. It's not letting me do that. All right, let me see something. Transform, edit transform, bounding box, no bounds. Let's do that. Let's do no bounds and center. All right, now what I'll do is I'll do this. I'll cut this out. And then if I cut this out, and then if I maximize it, I think this will be. And then I right click on it and center it, transform, center to screen. I guess that'll have to work for us. All right, now let's go look at our code. That being said, we're not even using the AI art window really anyway. We're going to get rid of that. We have the play phrase art going, the play phrase window. All right, and the other thing that I want to do now, I want to go to the asset lab, and there is something called like fabulous or something fantastic. Fantastic? Nope. Fabulous? It's about coding. It's like something with the coding. Ridiculous coding. Godot 4, Cupix version. Ridiculous coding. Which is the one? Makes your coding 10,000 times more ridiculous. Let's go to the coding window so you can see what I'm looking at. Right here. Makes your coding 10,000 or 100,000 times more ridiculous with screen shake, visual effects, and explosions. Now an XP bar that tracks your coding progress with fireworks. Now, if I go to this one, this says slightly less ridiculous shaky coding inspired by TechStream, original version by John Watson, version 4.3.5, edited by Cuppix. We're going to download this one. Then we're going to install it. After it's installed, I think we have to go into our, somewhere up here, there's a way to go to your plugins. Script project. There's a plugin somewhere. Version debug editor. Maybe I have to close it. Close the scene. Save and close. Scene. Quit. Maybe I have to quit it first. Then rerun it. We got to go to my downloads and then go into Godot. We're going to run this again. Hope everyone is well. We'll be with it in a moment. We just have a couple things we're working on here. Nothing to show yet. No interactions online yet. Make sure the Tango overlay browser source is running and you have interactions added and enabled. So that Tango interface I don't see working. All right, I'll have to check on that. Couple different things. Okay, here's the window for my Godot. And I'm going to run TwitchBot. This is the one we started yesterday. So this is day 2. When it opens on my full screen. I got to minimize it. And now it's here. Now where? Let me make it a little bit bigger. Bring it over here. Somewhere in here I have 2D, 3D script and asset lib. Oh, it's under project settings. Project settings. This is where it is. In project settings, we're going to go to plugins and we're going to enable the ridiculous coding. Should the add-on not work, proceed to reload. I want to go to the settings. All right. The master volume. Actually, I'll leave everything default for the starting off. Everything default. And let's go to, let's go to this app here, this icon. If I right click on icon and I choose access as unique name, it has a percent symbol now and I'll be able to see that in my code. Now, gift comes with a little bit of code already written. It's got like function hello world, function streamer only. This is where I'm going to test the streamer only. I'm going to test this right here. So I want to do percent icon, and it's got a visible equal false. Visible equal false. I hope that's right. Visible. I think it is right. We're gonna, and then we want to say, if I want to, then I do hello world, let's have it say icon visible equal true. This will give us a way to toggle it. Is that sound too much? I can turn that sound off. I like to hear it, but maybe I could turn it off in the stream portion. But it's coming up as desktop audio, so I don't know if I can turn it off by the individual app. Newgasm, what do we have going on? If you hold control and drag the icon into your code, you will see what I was talking about earlier. If I hold control and drag the icon, all right, touch, all right. 99 visible is misspelled. Ah, thank you. Delete. Now I'm getting a phone call. Hold on one moment. Let me see. Probably a telemarketer. Give me one moment. Just got on the stream and I got a phone call. Turn the mic off here. It was indeed a telemarketer. All right, Gamer Nix, I got the spelling correct. Thank you. Let's save it. And I was trying what you said, Newgasm. If you hold Control and drag the icon into your code, the icon, I'm trying to drag it. Look, it's not picking it up or anything. I'm clicking here and drag. Oh, percent icon. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, we're going to save. And now we're going to try to run this bad boy here. Let's see if we get an error. All right, here we are. So this is our icon. This is our chat window. Oh, you know what? I got to get my chat loaded. A lot of things to learn. So I'm going to my docs and I'm going to chat. Now I have chat loaded. There's my chat window. And I'm going to type in here streamer only. Did I type the wrong command? Well, this didn't disappear for me. Streamer only. Let's go up into the code and see what it's supposed to be. Add command streamer only. Oh, I didn't do streamer underscore only. Streamer underscore only. And before I hit enter on that, I want to be able to see the window of the game right there. And let's see, will that icon disappear? Yes, it did. Streamer command executed. Now to bring it back, I should be able to do this. Hello, is it hello underscore world? Nope, maybe hello world. And look, and then the image came back. So now, a beginner, day 2 of Godot, or Godot, Target, we can do this. We can make it appear and disappear. So now, I've got a lot to learn. So what I want to do is I want to map out those things that I want to be able to do in kind of order just for myself. So let's go into, let's make a new document on our thing here. So in my res, I want to create a new text file. And I want the file to be called to-do list. To-do list dot-text. All right. So do I have that in there now? There it is, my to-do list. So now part of the stream, I can put the to-do list. All right. All right. I want to be able, it's a little bit too much when I'm in the stream. Is that too loud? Is it obnoxious? I want to be able to do the following. It's giving me credit for code, and I'm not even coding right now. Maybe I should use Notepad instead of this piece. But anyway, I hope you're well, Gamer Nix. All right. I want to be able to instantiate a icon based on the chat user's preference. Instantiating it, and it's not a icon, it's an icon. You can tell that I'm too much into grammar maybe. Instantiate an icon based on the chat user's preference when they type join. All right, just to start off. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to do. Instantiate an icon based on the chat user's preference when they type join. All right, so for now, I need to know, is there a way, now these are some questions, is there a way to change the color of an icon? Like or maybe a PNG. Like, am I able to do that? Like, that's one of the things I want to know. All right. I think that's enough stuff to work on right now. I think that'll give me enough to work on. So there's my to-do list. All right, we're going to go back into gift. Let's see if we can add a command first. One thing I don't know on this script is it says like add command test, permission flag, non-regular. Like this add command, where is that function add command? Because it's taking multiple variables. Like it's taking uh, a text, then it's giving a name, then it's got some integers there, then it's got a permission flag. And so like, oh, with like streamer only, it gives a 0, 0 for the permission flag. So it's got some pieces in there that I have to learn about. All right. So anyway, um, let's play a game of Chat Guess Games. Why I'm trying to get organized here. All right. Why did it not show when this game was released? Hmm. I'm wondering if something changed with my size. Usually it will say this game was released at a certain time or something. Let me see where it is. Hmm. Right click on it. I'll right click on it in a minute. I think I need to go into studio mode. I think I changed where my overlay scene. This is my overlay scene right here. It looks correct there. So what I think in my coding window scene, somehow I've moved the overlays. And let me see where that is. Coding window overlays. Ah, I see. Chat guess games. It's just transform, reset transform. There it is. It's like it's changed the size. Coding window transform. Probably right in here. Bear with me for a moment. Chat guess games. All right. How do you change? I'm going to put this back on. Now there's two of them. So I got to find out why there's two. Now there's only one. Oh, I know why. I know why, because I have the game itself in my view on, if I, there. See this? I had that in my view. All right, now, Chat Guess Games. Okay. All right. But I notice, like, where the overlay with no camera frame, we've got a lot going. If I type in the word test, is it test? See how that Bionic Toothpick is coming up? This display is not right. Um, Overlay, oh, I got it locked. Transform, reset transform. There it is. There it is. Now I think I've got it. If I go back to retro, we're good. Now, how do I turn chat times up the Shining Force? Let's see how I stop Chat Guess Games from playing. All right. All right. There we are. Do I have it right in coding window now, too? Let me go in my coding window and see. Coding window looks correct. It really does. Got that? All right. Nido Queen escaped. No one caught it. I'm not sure. I didn't see if anybody tried to catch the Nido Queen. They may have. They may have not. I do not know. All right. Where? Um, let's pull this up over here. Now, just one more test. Is the streamer only? It disappears. Hello, world. It reappears. Okay. I know that's working. I'm going to close the game now. Right here. I hit stop. That will close it out. That is closed out now. And we have to maybe do a little bit of reading, unless somebody knows offhand how to create. In Unity, they called it a prefab. Okay, let me go back to my text where it's under this to-do list. In Unity, they called what I wanted to instantiate a prefab. Okay, what do they call it in Godot? I guess I'm going to have to figure that out. What do they call it in Godot? So let's bring down a browser window here. What is a prefab in Godot? Let's see. From Unity to Godot. This guide provides an overview of the Godot engine from the viewpoint of a Unity user and aims to help you migrate your existing Unity experience into the world of Godot. This article talks about older versions of Unity, nest stable prefabs, nested prefabs. Okay. I want to talk about a prefab. We're looking for a prefab. Maybe I'll just use Control F and go to prefab. Where are my prefabs? A prefab is provided by Unity as a template element of the scene. It is reusable, and each instance of the prefab that exists in the scene has an existence of its own. But all of them have the same properties as designed by the prefab. Godot does not provide prefabs as such, but the same functionality is provided by its scene system. The scene system is organized as a tree. Godot allows you to save any subtree of a scene as a scene file. This new scene can then be instanced as many times as you want as a child of any node. I will say, it's making some sense, but it's not all in the brain yet. I don't have it all where I need it to be. Okay? This new scene can then be instanced as many times as you want as a child of any node. Any change you make to this new separate scene will be applied to its instances. However, any change you make to the instance will not have any impact on the template scene. Okay. Save branch as scene. They have that highlighted for some reason. To be precise, you can modify the parameters of an instance in the inspector panel. The nodes that compose this instance are initially locked. You can unlock them if you need to by right-clicking the instance in the scene tree and selecting Editable Children in the menu. You don't need to do this to add new child nodes to this node. Remember that any new children will belong to the instance, not to the template seen on the disk. I added the word "the" there. If you want to add new children to every instance of your template scene, then you should add them in the template scene. Did they call this template? They're calling it henchman. Okay. Glossary correspondence. Prefab in Unity then is a reusable scene file. All right, let's go look at our layout and see if we can figure out what they're talking about. Over here is my file system. All right. Up here, I've got scene. Scene. See, it's called scene. I don't know if you can see it, but up there at the top left where I am, the word scene is there. Select a resource file in the file system or in the inspector to adjust import settings. All right. I see. I have an example scene. So that's the whole scene is the example scene. So in the example scene, I have gift. Gift is the IRC integration by ISSOR, I believe is his name. Then I have a chat container. And then I have my icon. My icon is what I have appearing and disappearing. This needs to get information from the chat. This is what I was working on yesterday. Like I said, this is day 2 in Godot. So I've got a lot to learn. What I want to be able to do is learn how to use this and then eventually be able to enter a game jam. So is it possible? Yes. With your help, it'll definitely be possible. All right, so let me re-clarify what I want to do. I should have that text label running. Where is the text label? Transform. Let's reset the transform on this text label. All right. I have that long white bar. That's my chat bar right there. All right. We can adjust that. We could make that, we got to adjust my text some, and I don't want it to cut off my face. All right there. Still cutting off my face. What is that? Oh, it got some like, I didn't know what that was on my shoulder. It looked like a giant bug or something. All right. All right, let's try a reward real quick. I just want to see if that's working now. I'm going to redeem Guess the Atari 2600 game. Guess the Atari 2600 game. Guess Atari game. Here it is. Is it? Ah, did not work. But if I go into my overlay scene, rewards was disabled. Okay, so I'm going to go back now to my coding window, and I'm going to try to redeem that again. Redeem, guess the Atari game. That time it didn't work. I'm going to see if I'm going to go to my tools, rewards theater. It shows that I'm in there. Strum time, guess the SNES game, guess the Atari game. No, I don't want to delete. Can you test it? All right, it's working there. Yeah, that's frustrating. That's Mario. I don't know why it didn't work when I did the redeem the award. All right, lots of little things going on, but we'll be all right. Now my dogs are going crazy. Let me check my messages. At 8 o'clock. All right. Pretzel break. That's pretty cool. The noise blocking blocks the chewing of the pretzel. That's impressive. All right, I hope everyone is well. Let's get back to the code. So what I want to do, this streamer only, I want to see where add command is in the function. So I'm going to go to find add command. Where's the function add command? It's not in there. Look, because I've gone back 3841, then it goes back. So maybe it's in gift node. Let's see if function add command. There it is. Function add command. So let's look at what it has. It has the command name, which is a string. We got an ad starting in a minute. If you don't have Twitch Turbo, I highly recommend it. So this add command takes command name string callable. I don't know what that means. Max args, that's how many inputs. It can take an integer. The minimum args, another integer. Permission level, which is an integer. Permission flag, everyone, where integer, where flag chat. And there's a var there, void. Void, I guess, because it returns nothing. So then, when it goes to add commands, it's taking that information. What information? In this gift, add command. For the example, hello world. The name of it's hello world. And then hello world. All right, let's go look. I'm going to assume those two things are going to it. Command name, command data new. callable, permission level, max args, min args, where. Add command. I'm going to have to reduce the size of this just for a moment so I can see it. I want to see the whole thing just a little bit better. So I apologize if you can't read it, but it's a lot there. Function add command. Okay, well, now I can't even read it. Function add command, the command name, which is a string. Callable, which is callable. Max arguments, which is an integer. Minimal arguments, which is an integer. Permission level, which is an integer. Permission flag, everyone. Where integer, where flag, chat. All right, I kind of see it, but I don't see it all the way, which is okay. I don't have to understand it completely. Remove a single command or erase. Function add command. All right, let's go back to the gift. So we're going to add a command. These two commands can be executed by everyone. All right, we're going to add a command. Add command, and it's going to be join. Okay? Join, and these are the function's name. Join. It's just going to be called join. Join BT for join Bionic Toothpick. Now we need to have a function. A function called that. Function. And it was called join. Oh, it doesn't remember the name? It's function hello world. You see that there? They called it over there, but it doesn't have the name in there. Function join BT. And when it said function greet, wait a second. I got to check something. Command info, void. Oh, because what's it's taking? Yes, it's taking the command info. That makes sense. Function command info, colon, command info, and it's a wild slugma appears. Catch it using exclamation pokey catch. Winners revealed in 90 seconds. All right, we will try to catch that pokey catch, and this is a good time for a chat guest games. Like when that thing comes around, we can do that. Okay, this game has a critics rating of 91% Olas. We'll do a oh, wait a second. Do I have the old TV available on here? Coding with overlays. Add scene old TV. And then we want to make this small. Let's bring that up here. And I want to see something. I'm going to do a shout out to Newgasm because it's his birthday. My dog is going mad up there. 8 o'clock, I'm allowed to go give it a walk. So that's what I'll do. And then we have to say that it's returning nothing. Void. All right. Now, instantiate a chatter. All right? That's what I want to do. I want to instantiate a chatter. I think the number symbol means that it's a comment. I do believe that's how it works. All right, let me see. From Unity Godot, where is my other piece? All right. All right. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. Is that about right? That should be good. So how do I bring a scene? We've got, what's this command data? Right click. Look, there's code. We've got to fix that real quick. So give me one moment. All right. We're going to go into our retro window. Just for a moment. Bear with me 1 second. I hope everyone is well. It's funny when you right click on that thing, it will show. But I wouldn't think that it would. Okay. We got to go to manage this. And then... Hello, hello. How you doing, Mario 93? I just had a instant on the thing. I'm always doxing myself, but that's new. I mean, that's because I'm new. So that's where I am. I had to make an adjustment. So, which means now I got to do all kinds of crazy stuff. I got to go into my percent app data and delete my authorization text that I have. App data. I don't understand why my dogs are going mad. They're barking like crazy. And at 8 o'clock they can go out. So in 15 minutes I can take them out. So I'll show you where I am right quick. If I go to my coding window now. If I go to my coding window, this is actually my desktop, like a portion of it. I've got to go find Godot, and I've got to go into my app user data, and I've got to go into my Twitch bot, and then I got to go into gift, and this authorization, this user token, I have to delete this. Okay, because on the stream, yeah, I'm trying to learn the code. This is my day 2 with Godot, or Godot. I listened to a fun podcast on it today. So then I've got to go into my authorization text, and I've got to change this line. And then I can save it, and I want to close it. All right, now let me pull back. We're going to pull Godot back to the screen. Now, here's where we are. We're going to try to run this again now. Hopefully it will work. Uh-oh. Function join BT command info void. Error at 120:45. Expected indented block after function declaration. Okay, so this didn't do anything. So that's why, like, it didn't do anything. So I have to do it. I have to do something. Chat. I'll just have it do something real little. Chat. This is not yet implemented. Yet. Are you a coder, Mario 93? This is not yet implemented. Okay. Now, let's see if now it works. Let's stop our program. Let's save it. It's got an asterisk there, which indicates that it's not been saved yet, and we're going to try to run it again. Add command join BT. Parse error, identifier join underscore BT not declared in the current scope. Oh, I didn't underscore it. I'm just going to call it join BT. All the other ones followed that join underscore format. I didn't, so that's why that's getting an error. It doesn't pick errors up until you try to run it, though. I noticed that. Like when I'm using Visual Studio, parse error, function add command. Oh, well, look, I didn't spell it right. Command. Command. Now we've got it spelled right. All right, I'm looking forward to being able to participate in the Game Jam. I'm clearly not anywhere near that phase yet. It did load that time, I think. Let's do a play phrase search real quick. Let's see if Game Jam is in any of the databases. I'm typing in Game Jam. Game James is, but not Game Jam. All right. Have another look.
Can I have another look?
I was expecting plenty of time to have another look at Druce's.
All right, so yeah, that's working. All right, but now let's go to our chat window. Here we are. Invalid access to property key access token on a base object of type dictionary. I don't know what's happening there. Let me see if this chat window is working though. We've got to load up this. There it is in the window. Hello? Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't show up there. So I've got something else going. Invalid access to property or key access token on a base object of type dictionary. Username equal wait is token valid token access token. All right, I think the access token, maybe I didn't delete the right thing in the app data. So I got to go back to app data. App data. Percent app data. Percent file folder. So we're going to go in here. This is Godot. App user data. Twitch bot. Gift. Authorization. There's where the user token is. I'm going to right click and I'm going to delete it. So there's no user token there now. All right. I'm going to move this away for a little bit because I've got to check the authorization text file. All right. That looks like I have that correct. All right. We're going to close it. We're going to come back. We're going to try to run it again. What do I have going on? Add-ons gift node 165, invalid access to property or key access token on a base object of dictionary. I'm getting success. Like on my window, my browser window says I have success on there. Username is token valid, token access token, print token verified. I'm getting success. All right. I think what I need to do, I might have to delete the whole dev thing that I made and make a new one. So I'm going to go to intermission real quick. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to go to intermission real quick. All right. While I'm on intermission, I'm going to go to authorization. I'm going to go into dev, my dev Twitch. We're going to go into dev Twitch here. Twitch developers, and I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I'm going to manage this. Chatbot, new secret. Are you sure you want to generate a new secret? I'm going to save this. Save. Then I'm going to copy this new secret. Then what I know you're playing, you can type in a 5-letter word if you want in chat to try that. Then I'm going to go to my authorization text. And I'm going to delete the old secret, put the new secret in. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to close the entire Godot, and I'm going to run it again. All right, that should be enough. We can go back to my coding window now. We're rerunning this. It should load in a moment. We double clicked on it. Let's close up this, close up this. Close up our mouse. Don't see it running. I'll double click again. See why it's not running. Okay, it's coming. There it is, Twitch bot. We're going to run that. It opens up full screen. I'll tell you what I'm talking about right here. If I go to this just chatting, my screen is portrait mode, so it takes up the full screen. It's not until I minimize it that it comes back. So we'll go to coding window again. Coding window, and then minimize this. And here's our game. We're going to, oh, look, I just did the same thing. Brought it on the screen. This is crazy because it's not working though. We'll try it. Nope. Cannot call method get as a text on a null value. All right, let's go delete that. My dogs are going wild. I mean, really wild. All right, we're going to go into our intermission again. All right, I'm going to dev. All right, we're back. We're back in the coding window, and hopefully we can get this stuff figured out. I hope everyone is well. I'm going to have an ad starting in 30 seconds, but let's move this thing over here. Um, let's get this into a view that can be seen. This is my window here. If I put it there and bring it all the way down. It's a shame you have to resize it every time. I could probably use a third-party software to fix that, but now we've got that. All right. So in our function we created over here, let's see, gift GD, add command, join, and I want it to be join underscore BT. I want to keep the thing as it was. And then we want to come over here, join BT, function, join, and then it's underscore BT. And I do see now that the errors will show up there. What is this right here? Line 92, unused parameter. The parameter command info is never used in function command test. If this is intended, prefix with underscore command info. All right, I don't fully understand that yet either, but that's okay. Do I have my AI art working? In the coding window overlays, I've got all these pieces. Do I have? Is it in my retro screen? No, I put it in overlays. The coding window doesn't have overlays. It has just something called coding window overlays. And nowhere does it have overlays. And there's my overlay scene. Let me see something. If I take all that off, what does it even have? And then if I just go, let me see something. I'm going to go into my coding window. I'm going to see something. Add scene, overlay scene. Now what happens if I take this away now? I'm going to have to test it out. I'm going to have to see. I don't know what will happen on that. I'm thinking it's going to be what I want. All right. Now, in my next screen, try the new Twitch extension. Setup extension. Configure. Configure bulk. Allow sending to channel points. Remember to set, configure in bulk. I think it's done. All right, that's done. A wild Teta Ursa appears. Catch it using exclamation pokey catch. Winners revealed in 90 seconds. You're welcome to try that. I've got, it says that this is, let me see what the settings do. Tangle interactions. Remember to set, allow sending with channel points. Configure in bulk. All right, I think it should be set up. All right, we're going to test my thing here. If I come here. Okay. All right, it is working now. Okay. Good. All right, we can take that away then. So another piece of the puzzle solved today. And the only other thing is I want to add the scene. Add scene AI art. And this, we want to make this scene small. Maybe down at the bottom right, that would be a good spot for it. And then if I go AI art, coding window, I think this is right. And then this AI art there. Okay, good. All that is done. So we've got our function join BT. This is not yet implemented. So here's what we want to have this do. If I go down to the to-do list, I want to be able to do the following and instantiate an icon based on the chat user preferences when they type join. Oh, overlay scene should always be on the top. All right, that I know. I ate all that, drank all that. All right, so let me see something. Let's go into Godot engine. All right, here's where we are now. All right, so what I want to do is I want to create in Godot or Godot, I want to instantiate a prefab. Let's see what this will tell me. I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Why is there no sound? There it is.
Like this, where it's a separate scene. This is what we will instantiate. So now in here, I will add a new script.
I'm gonna have to go back to the
Variable,
beginning.
we need to do a reference. Hello everyone, in this tutorial, I will be showing you how to instantiate in Godot 4. To get started, you need to create a scene of the object you want to instantiate. So if I do, sprite or whatever, and I create a scene out of that, it should look something like this, where it's a separate scene. This is what we will instantiate.
All right, I gotta watch this again. Okay, let's watch it one more time because main camera 2D.
Hello everyone, in this tutorial, I will be showing you how to instantiate in Godot 4. To get started, you need to create a scene of the object you want to instantiate. So if I do, sprite or whatever, and I create a scene out of that, it should look something like this, where it's a separate scene. This is what we will instantiate. So now in here, I will add a new script.
All right, we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this. We're gonna move over here for a minute. Okay, so here's my file structure. All right, I've got add-ons. The example. This is my scene. New folder, new scene. Okay. The scene name. Can it be just a node? Scene name. And I'm going to call it a chatter. Root name chatter. Scene name is valid. Root node is valid. Chatter. Okay, there's my chatter scene. If I go to 2D, is there anything in it? My chatter scene. All right, so if I add a node here, in my chatter scene, it's going to be chatter. Can I call it a chatter too, or is that too chatter scene? I'm going to call it a toothpick. Nope. Oh, create new canvas. 2D. Character. Wait a second. Sprite. A sprite 2D. So there's a sprite, but it doesn't sprite. Attach a script, move up, make scene root, save branch, user interface. You think I should add a user interface? Add child node. I want it to be a user interface. User interface. What are you trying to make with a chatter? Oh, I just want it to be like when a chatter, like if you were to type exclamation join, I want it just to bring out you as a person. Like right now, temporarily, it could be like a box, it could be a capsule, it could be anything. It could be your screen name. It could be anything at all. Just to figure it out as a test. So this video that I started watching is making it sound really easy right up here. Sprite 2D works. Okay, good. So this video here.
In the first variable, we need to do a reference to that node. So let's call it my node. we'll get a preload of my node. And now we need to call the instantiation function, which we could do in the ready, or you could do it on a press or anywhere else. So I will do variable instance gets my node dot instantiate. And now with this instance, you can change the position, rotation, size, etc. But at the end of that, we need to type add child. So we'll add a child to the main, and it will add instance. And if we press play, and as you can see, I don't have it in here. So I press play. You can see it spawns in. So I've gone ahead and just thrown it into a function so that way we can actually call it multiple times. And what we can do is add a parameter. So I'll do pause and the instance dot position will be set to pause. And in here, let's do a vector2 of 0 and 0. And here I'll move it over 100 units to the right. So as you can see, we spawn 2.
Okay, so he's doing something there with the spawning. So, all right, so let me go back to my structure here. I've got my scene, chatter scene. And in chatter scene, I have the sprite 2D. There's no graphic there with the sprite, though. How do I give it the sprite 2D? Like, the sprite 2D doesn't have, I mean, it's a little dot, but it's got nothing. Maybe it's over here on the right-hand side, something with this, the node TD, transform, offset the animation, the offset, the texture. Oh, there's no texture. Okay, so I think I can move that icon and give that, I think that can be the texture for it. Yes, okay, good. So what I did is I just dragged the image now to the texture. All right, that's the sprite 2D. All right, we're getting there. Now, pretzel break. So it's in the scene, chatter scene. Scene, chatter scene has this sprite 2D. And he's actually called chatter. The name of the node is chatter. If I right click, all right, that's chatter. Right click. I'm right clicking on this right now and I see the chatter scene. All right. This is going to be painfully slow if you're already a programmer in Godot, because I'm just learning this, but we'll see what happens. Where is my label? What happened to my label? Did I delete it? I had like this scrolling text in here. Oh, I see. Okay, we're going to bring it up here. There it is. This is day 2. I'm going to change the text to say day 2. Day 2. Day 2 with Godot. I want to make a chat icon show up when a user says join. Okay. All right, so there we are. All right, let's go to the script. What script do I have that runs from the beginning of the game? This gift GD is the one we were in. Function join underscore BT. This is where we want it to be. And join BT, when they say function, I added the command. It should be called join. Remove command, add command, add command. I'm looking, there it is, add command join, and it does join BT is the name of the function. So let's go back to this text now this person was talking about. Let's go back here and back out for a minute. want to go very beginning.
Hello everyone, in this tutorial, I will be showing you how to instantiate in Godot 4. To get started, you need to create a scene of the object you want to instantiate. So if I do, sprite or whatever, and I create a scene out of that, it should look something like this, where it's a separate scene. This is what we will instantiate. So now, in here, I will add a new script. And first variable, we need to do a reference to that node. So let's call it my node. We'll get a preload of my node. And
okay, we're going to try to do that. I want to do it. Can I do it in this function? Can I do it here? Preload, and then it's open, close parenthesis, open parenthesis, quotation, and then it's res colon // if I click on it, will it show me the URL for it? Yes. Res, it's not red. Res, and then chatter. Oh, it right there. Okay, there, my node. Hold control and drag it. All right, I will do that next time, Newgasm. I will do it next time. Thank you. Okay, var my node equal preload res chatter t screen. Okay, let's go back to his video. Want to get an understanding of this. That's okay. It's going to take me a little bit of time, but I found this one tutorial here.
now we need to call the instantiation function, which we could do in the ready, or you could do it on a press or anywhere else.
Yeah, we want to do it when the person types join.
So I will do variable instance gets my node dot instantiate. And now with this instance, you can change the position, rotation, size, etc. But at the end of that, we need to type add child. So we'll add a child to the main, and it will add instance. And if we press play, and
okay, we're gonna take him out of the picture now, and we will see what happens in a moment. Why is my mic getting so loud? You got this. That's what they think. You got this. You got this. All right, we'll see if we really do. We'll see if we really do. Move the mic a little bit away from my mouth. I don't want to be that loud. All right, let's do an exclamation joke if this is working. Exclamation joke. At the boxing match, the dad got into the popcorn line and the line for hot dogs, but he wanted to stay out of the punch line. Okay. So I put this variable inside the function. It may not be where it really should be. Okay, a wild tyrant appeared. That's the time when we would play a chat guess game. So you're welcome to try to guess that, why I type in this code here. Var instance, var my node. So variable instance equals my node instantiate. Excuse me. And why did they say add child? I don't know. Add child instance. That part I don't understand. Okay. We're going to stop our script from running. And then I'm going to rerun this project. Oh, I didn't save though. Does it automatically save? Maybe it automatically saved. So here is our game window right now. I got it right there. And I'm going to type exclamation join. Look at that. And I join again is going to be in the same spot. Yeah, so it worked. It brought in that character. Well, you're going to be right behind me, Newgasm, so you're not going to know if it worked or not. But that's fine. We have to give it a position now, and then we'll see if it works. Let me go in to where it's like I want to be able to make it move. Like if a new one comes up, I want it to be move. So I know he mentions location, so let's just go back to this tutorial. It's been so helpful so far. I hope everyone's doing well. Um, I like this play phrase. Want to play a game? Let's see what comes up with this.
I want to play a game.
Well, that's
You want to play a
spooky.
game?
Well, I want to play a game of Scrabble. I got to download that video.
I want to play a game.
I got to add
I
that.
don't wanna play a game right now. Can you just give me that?
All right, so I just downloaded that movie. I'll be able to add that to my guess the movie. I do have that in the chat too. Let's see if that's working. I got a lot of things going on in my mind. Name that movie. Let me see if this works.
Well, I can promise you, win or lose this game, you guys
No,
are
I
champions.
couldn't hear it. You might have been able to. But all I need to do now is that little thing that I downloaded there. I think I can add it to my folder, name that movie, and then it'll show up. All right, here we are.
And as you can see, I don't have it in here. So I press play. You can see it spawns in. So I've gone ahead and just thrown it into a function, so that way we can actually call it multiple times. And what we can do is add a parameter. So I'll do pause, and the instance dot position will be set to pause. And in here, let's do a vector 2 of 0 and 0. And here, I'll move it over 100 units to the right. So, as you can see, we spawn.
I gotta watch that one more time.
And here, I'll move it over 100 units to the right. So, as you can see, 0.
I gotta watch it one more time.
And what we can do is add a parameter. So I'll do pause, and the instance dot position will be set to pause. And in here, let's do a vector 3.
All right, variable instance equal my node instantiate, and then the instance position equals the position. Oh, it doesn't show up until it says add child, I bet. So you can manipulate it before then. Before then, add child instance. So, for example, every time join is added, if I have a variable, random. Let's not make it random to start off. Variable x location. Okay, x location equals 0. Okay, so here, every time this I don't want to do that. Every time this commanded is run, we'll do add child instance, and then right after that, I'll leave that. It's going to make the x location. Oh, wait a minute. I can't have the x location equals 0 in the function, because every time they type join, it'll go back and reset it to 0 again. So it's got to be something outside of this. It can't be in the function itself. It's got to be earlier. So let's go up to the top of this. And let's put it up here at the beginning, x location. I know we'll have to refactor the coding or whatever it's called later. But now, after it adds the child here, x location, let's make it plus equal 10. I think that will add 10 to it, right? The x location is going to increase by 10. And now we want to put the location here, instance. I got to go back and look how you say it, the positions. Instance position. Their instance position equal pos? No. But where is pos getting set? I don't know where the pause is getting set. How do I tell it? How do I tell it instance position? How do I give it the 2D position? I think we're going to have to watch the rest of this script. Let me see.
Vector 2 of 0 and 0. And here, I'll move it over 100 units to the right. So, as you can see,
It did it too quick.
And here, I'll
Function, instant, then its position. Function, instant, position. Instant. Oh, okay. I've got it. I've got it. Well, I don't really have it. I don't have it yet. Instant position. Because that's my node. My node instantiate. And I want to give it the position. And it's going to be a vector equal vector 2. And then y parenthesis, it's going to be the x location, comma, 0. And then another parenthesis. Open parenthesis, open, close. I think it needs one more close. I think that might be right. I think so. Let's save it. And let's run it. All right, so we're connected to Twitch. There's our scene. If I type exclamation join, no, it did not bring me. I got an error of some sort. Invalid assignment of property or key position with value of type vector 2 on a base object of type node. Okay, so I couldn't move that with that piece. All right, so we'll close the thing and stop our var instance equal my node instantiate. It instantiated my node. What was my node? My node was that chatter scene. So it's trying to move the whole scene rather than just the element from the scene. And I think that's where I'm running into the problem. But yet, in his example, he was moving a whole scene as well. You know what? Let me see. Instant dot position equals. Maybe you need vector 2 x location comma 0. All right. If anybody knows what I'm doing wrong here, feel free to let me know. That's fine. We'll figure it out. It's possible we'll get it. Instance position equals. What was the actual error that it gave me? It told me that I couldn't move the whole thing, maybe. Add child instance. Right, instance position. Var instance equals my node instance. Instance position. Let me see something. If I type instance here, instance dot position, it's not seeing that. Let's watch this video that we have from the beginning to the end.
100 units to the.
I'm going to watch this whole thing from the beginning again. It's not long. It's not long. Hello. Okay.
I will be showing you how to instantiate in Godot 4. To get started, you need to create a scene of the object you want to instantiate. So if I do, sprite or whatever, and I create a scene out of that, it should look something like this, where it's a separate scene. This is what we will instantiate. So now in here, I will add a new script. And first variable, we need to do a reference to that node. So let's call it.
I've got that. I have the reference to the node.
of my node. And now we need to call the instantiation function, which we could do in the ready, or you could do it on a press or anywhere else. So I will do variable instance gets my node dot instantiate.
All right, we did that. We do instantiate it. That part. That part is good. Let's continue.
And now with this instance, you can change the position, rotation, size, etc. But at the end of that, we need to type add child.
Hello,
So we'll
Johnny
add the
5.
child
How you
to the
doing today?
main, and it will add instance.
Oh, it's only my day 2 at Godot. So what I'm trying to do
And
right now is I want to kind of rework what I did in Unity, but in Godot or Godot. And so when somebody types join, I just wanted to bring this icon. And what I have it, I'm not able to move the icon right now. So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Press play. And as you can see, I don't have it in here. So I press play. You can see it spawns in. So I've gone ahead and just
So
thrown
he's
it into
spawning the
a
icon.
function, so that way we can actually call it multiple times. And what we can do is add a parameter. So I'll do pause, and the instance dot position will be set to pause. And in here, let's do a vector3.
I think
Oh,
this is
oh,
where
sorry,
we got an
vector
ad
of
break in a
0
minute and a half.
and
This is
0.
the part I think that's throwing me off.
And here, I will move it over 100 units to the right. So, as you can see,
Okay. He does it so quick, that part, but vector 2 from vector 2. I don't know why it's so
position
quick.
will be set to pause.
All right, we're going to go up here. All right, let me come over here and look. So I preload the chatter screen. I probably can preload it at the beginning. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna delete this line. And I'm gonna preload it at the beginning. Because I'm going to be using it more often. Okay? It's going to preload that. Now let's go back over here. This is not yet implemented. No, it's not going to say that now. It is implemented. We're going to vary. Excuse me. So the variable instance will equal my node instantiate. The instance position equals vector 2. Let me just see if I just say 0, 0. And let me see if that works. Add child instance. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna. Oh, I didn't save. I think when I hit play, it might have auto saved it. Let me see. All right, let me type in join. All right, there's an error now. Invalid assignment of property or key position with value of type vector 2 on a base object of type node. All right. Invalid assignment. Base type node. All right. So if I do here, if I make this a number sign and this a number sign and I play, we have this, and if I type in exclamation join here, it joins because it instantiated the scene. Now I'm closing that. Now what I want to do, that worked, but I'm not able to move that instance. What is that instance? That instance is my node instantiate. In his script, his demo that he did, he preloads it. His instance is my node instantiate, but he's giving the instant position equals POS.
And in here, let's do a vector3 of, vector2 of 0 and 0. And here, I'll move it over 100 units to the right.
I wish I could. It won't work right now, Johnny 5, because I only have you know, if it what like it might work, but it's going to put it in the same place, so it'd be just over top of it. So it'd be like if you put a card and put another card right on top and another top. I have to have it shift a little bit. I have to have it move, and that's what I'm trying to figure out how to move it. He moves his in his script right here. He just says makes a function when it's var instance equal my node.
or
Look,
anywhere else. So I will do variable instance gets my node dot
yep, I do that.
instantiate.
Yep, that's successful.
And now with this instance, you can change the position, rotation, size, etc.
That's what I want to do.
We need to type add child. So we'll add a child to the main, and it will add instance. And if we press play, and as you can see, I don't have it in here. So I press play. You can see it spawns in. So I've gone ahead and just thrown it into
He's jumped ahead.
a function, so that way we can actually call it multiple times. And what we can do is add a parameter. So I'll do pause, and the instance dot
He's
position
added this piece.
will be set to pause. And in here, let's do a vector 3.
All right. Where does it get pause?
Sorry.
Function ready.
of
Function
0
instant.
and 0. And here,
Oh, I
move it
see.
over
I see.
100 units.
Okay. Instant, then vector 2 with 0, 0. Instant, vector 2, 100, 0. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go back up to this. Let's see with my code real quick. Var instance, there's my node comes there. Then he says instant position equals a position. See how I have it say vector 2, but I think you might need to give it like that's the command. Like that's maybe I just need to instant. What if I just say 0, 0? Well, no. Expected closing. If I say instance position equals 0 to 0, is that going to know that it's a vector 2? Like maybe that. Oh, wait a minute. There's a way to control. There's a way to go to help. There's instant help on some of this stuff. Instant shift. What's the command to get to the help in Godot? All right. Let's see. How do you access built-in help with Godot? How do you access, or Godot, if that's how you say it. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm on day 2 of my journey with Godot. It's got inbuilt help. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that. Something you could click to go to the, like it brought up right in the thing. It brought up the help. All right, I want to give the vector 2. Control double click. I'm hitting control and double clicking on instance, but instance doesn't come up. Control and I'm double clicking on function, it doesn't help. I'll come back to the chatter in a minute. I want to go to GIF GD. GIF GD. Let me see something. GIF node. What just happened there? Like I hit control and it looks like it. I hope it didn't increase the double click. Maybe my mouse is not working. All right. I saw them do it yesterday. Functions double clicking all the. If I double click on function, it highlighted all the functions. Instance, add child instance. Expected closing parenthesis after grouping present. It works on add child probably. Yes. Okay, so it doesn't define everything for me. It doesn't define every single word. Okay? I'll just hide out for a second here because, oh boy. All right. Can we learn to code? Yes, together we can. Together we can. All right. But let's go back into the script we're working on. So if you're just joining me, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to make an instantiated scene move. And I watched about a 30-second video, and the gentleman had no trouble doing that. They had absolutely no trouble making that happen. So let's go. We're going to look at this code right here. The instance position equals, it equals a vector 2. And then I want it to equal 0 for, no, I don't want it to equal 0. I want it to equal x location, comma, 0. Oh, maybe because they're floats and I'm putting them as integers, maybe? Or maybe I didn't have it written correctly like that. All right, let's save it. I'm going to right click and save, and I'm going to try to run it. Let's see what happens. We can do it. All right, why this is happening, I'm going to move this down. There's our chat window. I can type hello, and it should show up in there. Hello. There it is. Bionic Toothpick said hello. I see it in the window. Now, you could try it, Newgasm, if you want, or anybody, you could try typing exclamation join, and then it should join. And while I'm waiting for someone to do that, I will type in exclamation chat guess game. See if I can guess this game. This game was released in 1965. Did you define X position outside of the function? Yes. I did. Some kind of adventure game. It was released on Microsoft Windows and DOS on the PC. All right. All right. Join did not work. And we have an error in here. It wasn't a killer error. Invalid assignment of property or key position with value of type vector 2 on a base object of type node. All right. Oh, the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall, we could have gotten that one. All right, so it's saying it's a type node, but my instance, my node is what? My node, I've got it defined. Var instance equals my mode instantiate. I don't know enough to not know what I don't know here. All right, so if you're just joining me, what I'm trying to do today, I'm on day 2 with Godot, and I want to instantiate an object when the chatter says exclamation join. Now, I can get it to work if I don't try to move it. Like let's prove it again. I'm going to block out where it moves. All right? And then I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to run it. And we'll see what happens here. Where's your node? All right? Now, if I type in exclamation join, it should work. See it join. There it is. It made this little icon right down here. All right? It does. Where is my node defined? All right, let's go find. Let's close this right now, though. We're going to close it. Where is my node defined? My node. It's in the beginning. In the beginning. Variable my node equals preload residential chatter screen. And the chatter screen is right here. And this is where I have it. Like, this is the chatter screen. This is where, like, there it says example screen. Then this is the thing right here, the chatter. And he's right up here. Chatter, but the sprite, I made him a sprite right there. So the chatter scene Make that type of an area 2D and put the sprite under the area 2D. Sprite doesn't have position. Make that type an area 2D. Can I change the type or do I have to delete it? Change type. Well, an animated sprite 2D, sprite node that contains multiple textures as frames to play for. Nope, that's not it. Node 2D. A 2D game object inherited by all 2D related nodes has a position, rotation, scale, and Z index. I think the sprite D, I'm going to disagree with you, Newgasm, because it says this sprite 2D falls under the node 2D. And it says, I think they inherit the other stuff. Jackal Gamer says sprite has a position, any node that inherits node 2D. Well, thank you. So Jackal is helping me out here, and then we've got it. But we're learning together. This is great. So what I want to do, I want when the next person types exclamation join, I want this to shift over. Like, this is just a learning experience. I want to just be able to shift this thing over right now. All right. So let me go back to my code. My code is not, by the way, my code is not in authorization text. I need to put that where it's not visible. 2 times today I had to stop the stream, go to my dev account, delete the the thing, and then rebuild it. So that's the perpetual stuff. No, it wasn't cool. It was not cool. All right. I hope everyone's having a great day, though. I've got a little TV up in the top that's running Play Phrase Me. I don't subscribe to it, but it's fun for finding great movie lines. And I'm going to see if Are You a Jedi is in there. Nope. Are You a Jedi is not there. How about I Am a Jedi? That is in there.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
All right, yeah, so, okay, let me see what Jackal Gamer says. If it's a visual thing, Godot has a node that auto-aligns texture rectangular control nodes to the HBox container. I am your father. Let's see if that's there. I am your father.
On this field, I am your mother, and I am your father.
No, I am your father, and I am telling you to put that goddamn gun down right now!
Uh-oh. Family friendly. We gotta be careful.
2?
I am your father, who loves you. I am your father.
That's the one I think you were looking for. It's a little distorted on there. All right, let's go back. So if it's a visual thing, Godot has a node that auto-aligns texture rectangle control nodes to the HBox container. The only thing that I'm seeing different is like he has chatter there. Let me go to the demo video I was watching. I'll show you the one thing I noticed that's different from what he did. It's really brief. It's not long at all. Watch, here it is. Well, if it doesn't time out. All green nodes are user interface nodes. Well, I think I'm going to write that down as something to remember. All green nodes are user interface nodes. I was listening to a great podcast today on Godot on Spotify. I want to type this in here because I think anybody that is starting out or they might really enjoy this. I'm getting an advertisement on my own screen. Okay, I'm typing this in here. It's Software Engineering Daily. Software Engineering Daily. The Godot game engine with Emilio Capalla. That is great. A great episode. It's an hour. So if you got a car drive or something to commute, it's definitely worth living. So this is blue. My Sprite 2D is blue, and he said blue is 2D nodes, and green are user interface. So right now, I don't have any green. Okay. I don't see any green anyway. Example. Well, that's green. Blue is 2D nodes. All green nodes are user interface nodes. Oh, well, you know what I'm doing? I'm putting this, I'm instantiating and this on a green node. The example scene where it's getting brought into is a green is green. Where see there, there's a green dot up there. I don't know if you can see it, but up at the top, it's a green, and so maybe that might be it. You might not be able to move it um, because it's going to a scene that's called the example. Let me go to the example and the example screen right here. Let me see something. Show in file manager, copy UID, duplicate, delete, edit dependency, view owners, open scene. Centered on, I'm not sure, animation. Canvas layer is the blue rectangle in the scene. So if you use canvas, let me read this again. Canvas layer is the blue rectangle in the scene. So if you use a canvas layer, the user interface nodes will always be glued to that rectangle. All right, well, I brought in Gift for the IRC integration because it's only my day 2 on Godot. So I think that's canvas layer is the blue rectangle in the scene. I'm trying to look. I don't see a blue rectangle. I have this here that I can move. This right here is that chat window. This node is a child of a container. I did resize. Children of a container get their position and size determined by their parent. The chatter. That faint blue rectangle. Wait a second. Does it change? Like, it goes. Is my cursor on it now? Is my cursor on it now? Is that the right? Is that where you're referring to? That's the screen res. Yes. Okay. Now what's weird is when I first ran this chat window was taking up the whole screen, and it said send, like it had a little thing like that, and I didn't see them. I think that may be why. Is there a way? All right, animation, shader editor, animation, audio. I'm just looking here, output. This is showing my 2D thing that moves. All right, we're going to put that right up there. Now, can I box container? This node is a child of a container. Use container properties for positioning. So what is its button? How do I find the container it's in? It says box. This node. All right, it's beyond me for a second. Wait a minute. HBox. Now I can see. Chat container. Here it is. This is the chat container. Now I'm looking in this gripe. This is. So now if I run it now, that chat window is going to be, yeah, this chat window now is going to be on the whole screen right there. And if I say hello, it shows up there. Now I can make that right containers control its children's layout size. So I had it outside that container there. I'm going to figure this out with the help of everyone. All right. Now if I type in here, streamer only, this will make that disappear. And then if I type in hello world, it'll come back. So those things are working. So the on and off, but it's never a movement I didn't try. And then if I do the exclamation join, it comes in. But if I type join again, another one probably comes in. in Unity, I can see all the instantiated objects, like in the editor. Is there a way to see how many, how many of those have showed up? Like right now, if somebody types join, it's going to go in the exact same spot. Is there a way to see in the editor? Remote, remote, remote. Okay, example. Gift chat container icon. Expand the tree. Chat container. Icon. Chat HBox container. Gift. Chatter. Node 29, node 34. Johnny 5. Let's see. Join. Yes. Yes. So it is working. There's multiple things, but in the same position. I'll bring that window down here. Yeah, so look, the nodes are continuing. Now, when I used this in Unity, I was able to control the name of the node to match the chatter's name. So each time a node would come, you would see the chatter's name would work in there. So, all right, so that's good. That's good. Thank you for your help, Jackal Gamer. You can give the nodes a name, then do a match to prevent multiple. All right, nice, nice. So I'm going to be able to make a to-do list of things that I want to accomplish. But for day 2, it's been if I didn't do anything else, I mean, I feel like it's been productive to a sense. But here's what I need to change. I'm going to close this now. I'm going to close this out. The challenge I'm faced against is my chat scene, I think, is causing the problem. What I mean by that is my node, this chatter, is getting loaded into. All right, thank you. You can do a username match. Yeah, so once somebody's joined, then they can't join again until they're not there anymore. Like whatever the game may be. Like I have a couple ideas that I'd like to try, but before I can do that, I got to work on this. So what I want multiple things in the same. I want a new scene, I guess, with a script that's running in it, like a main script. In Unity, when I did that, I had a script called the manager. Duh with a D manager, and it ran and it handled all the scene switching and things like that. It was like the scene that never ended. And here, where I'm bringing in this join, it brings this child in, and you're not allowed to move its location. That's the theory that I'm in right now. So I think what I need to do is I need to create a scene. Can you have multiple scenes? Yeah, you can have multiple seeds running at the same time. I want a new scene. You just need a reference to the instance. All right. Watch this short video with me, and I mean it is short. Right here. This is very short.
Tutorial, I will be showing you how to instantiate.
I mean, it's like a minute long.
To get started, you need to create a scene of the object you want to instantiate. So if I do, sprite or whatever, and I create a scene out of that, it should look something like this, where it's a separate scene. This is what we will instantiate. So now in here, I will add a new script. And first variable, we need to do a.
I'm going to jump it ahead real quick.
You can see it spawns in. So I've gone ahead.
Now here's where he goes to move it.
A function, so that way we can actually call it multiple times. And what we can do is add a parameter. So I'll do pause, and the instance dot position will be set to pause. And in here, let's do a vector 3.
I'm hoping you can
sorry,
hear
vector
him.
2 of 0 and 0.
All right. That basically that's it. Now when he runs it, it moves the thing like on the x-axis a little bit. You can make a user parent to add children to, then you can do a node game get children, and that's the array with all the children it has. Excellent. Excellent. I'm going to have to review my chat on this. We've got a brief ad coming in 30 seconds. I highly recommend Twitch Turbo. Then you don't have to worry about ads, especially if you enjoy bouncing around channels in Twitch, because who wants to see an ad all the time? Like, it's definitely frustrating. All right, so we're day 2 of Godot, and I want to move an object, but I think the scene that I pulled in doesn't allow moving. So let's add a scene. Let's make a brand new, like I want it to be, I don't want it to be a sprite 2D. I want it like a scene that I just add, not a node. Why does it say everything is a node? Is it not a node used for independent rendering of objects? Do the moving after instantiation. Oh, I can't. I can, okay. All right, we'll try that. We'll try that. And then, let me see if after it's been, I'm just going to use the same line. That is so much fun. Ridiculous coding it is, I think, is the name of it. Instant position vector 2 x location 0. Okay, let's get this. Alt plus arrow down. All right, let me see something. Alt plus arrow up, down to move a line. Oh. Thank you. That's a big helper. Alt plus arrow up and down to move a line. All right. You know, one of the things I haven't done, I don't have my one camera set up, but I work under, like I can't see my keyboard great where I am, so I do a lot of mistyping. Someday I might change that setup. Appreciate the help here. What I want to do right now, make sure I got this right. Function join Bionic Toothpick, variable, instantiates add to child instance, then the instance position equals vector 2 x location comma 0, then the x location gets added by 10. Let's right click and save. Do you always have to right click and save, or when you hit play does it save? Okay, here we are. We are in the chat window there. All right, hello. And now join. Nope, we got an error. Let's see what the error is. Invalid assignment of property or key position with value of type vector 2 on a base object of type node. All right. Jackal Gamer, thank you. I was going to test that out. That's excellent that play saves though, because it's like a lot smoother. Like that makes a good sense for me. Oh, wait a second. I want to see something on my camera scene. Is this where you do it? Filters plus stroke. Oh yeah. This is really silly, but I saw that on one of those videos the other day, and they added it. All right, silly, but all right. Hopefully it doesn't boggle down my graphic card too much. A wild Cyndaquil appears. You can catch it using exclamation Pokecatch. Winners revealed in 90 seconds. All right, Pokecatch. All right, so let me see something in this. The error I'm getting, invalid assignment of property or key position with a value of type vector 2. All right, we're just going to break something. Sometimes you got to break things to make them work. I'm going to go into this chatter scene that I made, and I'm going to instantiate it. What does that do? There's the chatter scene, 2D. And then if I move it, this is my chatter scene instantiated. Let's break it. Yeah, we got to break it. We got to break it. I'm almost thinking of deleting the whole scene. Remove the selected files from the project. Cannot be undone. Yes, the chatter scene is gone. But why is chatter still there, showing on the chatter scene if the chatter scene is gone? Scene has unsaved changes. Don't save. Now, why are there two icons on here? All right, wait a second. Why are there two icons? Oh, because I don't, like, see this icon, I can't move him. What is this? Right click on that. There's my icon. There's my example scene. I've got that. All right, I'm trying to figure something out for a minute. I don't know why there's two icons on my screen right now. If I go to 2D, but I can't select that bottom one there. Children of a container get their position and stuff. I can't move him. And I'm getting this 4 messages here about the parent. All right, let's go to the chat container. We're going to move this container over here again. We're going to make it small like I like it on the right for the chat window. Then the chat, then the scroll container, the chat message container, the HBox container, the button, the icon, and the chatter. Oh, it can't open. Oh, I see, because I deleted this guy. He's just showing up because I instantiated him. He's going to disappear. Yes, that's why, because when I clicked on that instantiate, it brought him. He doesn't even exist. All right, so this is the one we use just to test it. This is our chat window. All right, now there is hope. I think there's a little bit of hope. I don't maybe a little, but you know. All right. Let me take off this camera thing, filters, and remove this stroke. Okay. Close. All right. I had fun with that, but it's off now. All right. I'm not a stamp. All right. I am not a stamp. All right. I saw somebody come in the other day. That was their icon. The Dino Dance Twitch Global. It was like their icon of their character. We're breaking it, Johnny 5, but we're like in the middle of not having, an idea what I want to do next. Let me check something. I got a video from my daughter and a message from the family. Okay. Nothing that is pertinent that's going to prevent me now from trying to see about that canvas. Green. I'm going to scroll back and hear what Jackal told me. Something about the colors. Because I have it. Blue is 2D nodes and green are user interface nodes. Okay. Now it's time to fix it. Yes. Yes, that is right, Johnny 5. Time to fix. Time to fix. Where do we begin? Where do we begin to fix it? The first thing we need to do is add that scene. But I don't want this scene to call it up. I don't want it to show up in this chatter scene. So maybe if I make the chat container moved, sample scene. Let's add a brand new scene. Oh, and you know what? Hit base class for all Windows dialogues and a canvas layer. A node used for independent rendering of objects within a 2D scene. Can objects move in a canvas layer? How can I convert my canvas scene here, my example scene? How can I convert it? Layout, canvas item, focus. All right. Am I asking my question clear enough? How can I allow this example scene to allow motion? All right. Let's I got an idea. I got an idea. Let's see if we can just move that thing. Let's see if we can move that in our script as a test. We're going to go into our GIF text. We're going to go into script. And right here, we've got to block this stuff out for a minute, because we're going to have to come back to that. All right. And now, instead of join, we'll still keep the same function. We're going to have it move this icon. Point position. Oh, maybe that's not it. That's what gets shown. I thought I could move that position. That's not. Let's go to where it comes out so we know. On event, function command, functional or streamer only. Icon visible, percent icon visible equal false. Okay. Percent icon, iPhone. Percent icon position. All right, maybe you can't give it a position equals vector 2. Vector 2 x location comma 0. And now he told me I can move this line up with all. Look at that. That is so cool. We just moved it up and get rid of this. All right, let's see if this works. Let's try to, we're going to test this out, see if this works. Oh, that doesn't exist anymore. We forgot to get rid of that. We'll put a pound sign, as in pound it out of there. All right, now we'll play it. Try again. This time we're going to try to make this thing there move. Can we move it? We're going to type in join. Oh, an error. Invalid assignment of property or key position with value of type vector 2 on a base object of type null instance. I see it right there. I see that thing right there, though. But invalid assignment of property or key position with value of type vector 2. But I can make it disappear. Why does it disappear? Watch. Why does it disappear? If it's not real, why do I see it? If I type in streamer only and it disappears, and then if I type hello world and it appears, does it not exist? Does that not exist? But yet if I go to join, it won't move. All right, we're humoring myself, but it's not humor. It's not helping with this code. It is not helping. It was a different area that time. The icon position. We look right there. Icon visible. It becomes visible. The icon. What are the? Maybe you have to set. If I go on this icon here. Icon in the inspector. That's not right. Let me go into the example here. Maybe this is where, and the icon. Offset, centered, texture, frames, region, show behind top level, visibility level, flip it. Centered on, centered off. Debugging process stop, set flip. All right, I see. All right. If you're just joining the stream, I'm working on Godot. It's my second day, and I'm running into an issue right now with making something move, and I think it's because my top layer example scene, the structure of it isn't allowing an object to move. And now it's also telling me that this thing isn't instantiated, this icon. But yet I right clicked here and it tells me like I wanted to be able to look, watch, access as a unique name. I can access it. I can access it as the percent icon that it is. Well, let me change the size. Yeah, maybe, let me see something. Animation, offset, flip, region, visibility. Is there something for the size? Centered, offset, region, transform. Oh, transform. Maybe I can give it a rotation. All right, let's see if we can, or scale. All right, let's go to our script and let's go down into here. Percent icon position equal, no, we're going to get rid of position. Oh, that's fun. That is fun. Scale. Equal. Scale is not an option? Scale is not. It's under transform. It's under transform. Auto translate. How could I adjust its size? It's not scale. Scale doesn't show there. All right, let me see. I might have to go to a help window here. Time for help. Also, if you have a movie phrase that you'd like me to see if it's in play phrase as a way to break up the progress I'm making so quickly, I could type that in there. And also, let's do a couple rounds of chat guess games while I'm figuring this out. All right. We have to go over to my help window. Where are you? Where does my help come from? Right here. Right now it's Opera. Okay. The question that I have is right now, I want, what prevents an object from being moved in Godot 4? You should never move a static body. How to move an object in Godot 4. Need help understand how to block movement, how to push and pull objects, how to prevent 2D from moving, how to prevent a player from moving outside the shape, how to move and slide a target to a location. Play one more round. No one got that one. Silent Hill. Terry Red is working on a Silent Hill pinball. Okay, Terry Red. A wild Bahamian appears? Let's try Pokey Catch. And I'm going to come back to this. Move and slide. Self position. Velocity. These are giving me some ideas, but I want to give it a specific position. Maybe a specific position. All right, what do you think? Let's take this off because we tried that. Infant developer, level 7. Okay. Instance. Instance right here. Example. We're going to add. Is everything a node? Navigation agent, world environment, a timer, a canvas layer, a node used for independent rendering of objects within a 2D scene. I can't believe that a canvas layer wouldn't have things where things can move. A scrolling background. A 2D game object. Let's create that. Maybe that's what I did wrong. Where is it? It didn't give it a name? Wait a second. Where is it? Chat, default, environmental, gift. I don't see it. Example. No TD. No, that's not right. That's not. If I do Control Z, does it undo? Yes. I wanted a scene. Plus scene. I wanted a new scene. Recent Node 2D, but why didn't it come up as a screen? Create. But that's a Node 2D. It's not a scene. I got to figure before. See how I have this? It says it's an example screen. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have to take a break here, though, and I'm going to have to come back to it. But this is the part where I'm stuck right now because I want to write notes to myself so I make sure I know what I need to do. So let's go into to-do list. Okay, we discovered that I am unable to move an object on the chat window in Gift. All right, so I think that's the problem. I need to create a scene that allows objects to be moved. All right, anybody have an idea before I wrap it up tonight? Because I don't know. Don't know what to do about that. But what I normally will do now is I'll go and I'll reassess, and tomorrow will be day 3, or I should be able to stream tomorrow, day 3 of this Godot adventure. I appreciate the help. I did learn a few things. I hope you learned something if you're just swinging by, and I hope everyone has a great evening. Thanks for being here. And we're going to hit the ending button, and